So good evening, all of you. I think some of them would be joining in about another 5 minutes time or so. So we'll start off. It's already 5 minutes past 6 o'clock, and I'd like to thank all of you for joining this meeting. So today we're going to have time and knowing about the history and also nostalgic moments of Chennai. So people who are all associated to Chennai, you will come to know Madras, not Chennai. So Madras will come to know. So what Madras is, and then also we have a speaker going to talk about Madras Takis of 40s. Okay, so before we start, and I would like to invite Reggie Jose for calling himself and also asking him to come into the meeting.
Thank you, Subbu. Rotary Club of Raipeta, speaker meeting called to order.
Okay, so thank you, Reggie. So now we'll go for invocation song. Tamitai Vartha is going to be sung by Richard, Rotarian Subbu, and also Srinika. So Srinika will be the main singer, and then we'll be joining. So Srinika, you ready? Okay.
We need to stand up?
Yeah.
You have to give a count. You have to give a count so that you all can start together.
Yeah. Srinika, you can just give the count.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்து தெற்றொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமெனத் திகழ்வரத கண்டமிது தெக்கணமும் அது சிறந்த திராவிட நாடும் தக்க சிறு தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திரும்பி எந்த செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே
Thank you, Srinika. That was lovely.
Thank you.
Thanks, Richard.
Welcome, sir. Srinika, super.
Yeah, so now I'd like, without further ado, I'd like to welcome upon Ann Sita to introduce, I'd like to welcome upon President Reggie Jose for commencing the meeting and also giving the welcome address.
Hey, thank you so much, Subbu. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little feeble, though.
Again, come a little closer.
A little feeble.
Am I audible now?
Yes. Am I audible now? Is it better?
Yes, Reggie.
Yes. Warm welcome to our renowned speaker, Venkatesh Ramakrishnanji, who is very kind to accept our request and enlighten us on another facet of Madras. My warm welcome goes out to our fellow Rotarians, aunts, Annets, prospective members, and invited guests. Madras, to all of us, is beyond a city, and to some extent, an emotion too. Venkatesh Ramakrishnanji and a handful of historians do an amazing work of making us all aware of how beautiful the city is from different perspectives. Month of August is truly a busy month for all these enthusiasts. This year, unfortunately, most of these activities were limited to Zoom. Anyway, nothing will dampen our spirits, COVID or otherwise. We still have the good fortune of listening to an awesome speaker. So let's sit back and enjoy another awesome evening. Thanks to all of you for dialing in. Let's enjoy the evening.
Yeah, thank you very much, Reggie. So I'll just take a quick 2 minutes for introduction of some of the guests over here. Richard, do you want to introduce
You
yourself?
can put him on
also?
spotlight. So that,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good evening, friends. My name is Richard. Okay, I'm a neighbor of Subbu, so I'm residing in his apartment in Madanathapuram. So I work for a company called Eaton Power Quality. So we are into.
meeting lo unnalu.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
audible, sir.
Fine. Okay. So I work for a company organization, Eaton Power Quality. So Eaton is basically a US organization. So we manufacture products related to power distribution and power quality, which we call it as UPS. Okay. So I'm the regional manager for South. I'm based out of Chennai, handling the South business for UPS product of Eaton. I have two daughters. Okay, one is on 6th standard and one is on 4. Okay, my wife is a teacher in Lalaji Omega School in Kolapakam. Basically, I'm from Coimbatore. I'd been working in Bangalore. I'd been working in UP Lucknow. So almost 20 years I'm into sales. I've been traveled across extensively. So this is about me, professional as well as personal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you very much. So welcome
Welcome.
on board. And
Sure,
then
thank you, sir.
people who do not know he's an avid singer, and then you could see him in Smule a lot.
And it is very pleasure to be with you all connected in the evening. So I'm expecting a lot here, and I'm so excited. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
Welcome, sir.
So can I request JV to introduce yourself?
Firstly, thank you so much, Subbu, for this invite. It came as a pleasant surprise to me. I'm really grateful for. I was thinking about this for a while, that I should meet up with the Rotarians to understand how we can engage and join them. But thank you very much for facilitating it. To mention a couple of things about myself, I'm pure play Chennaiite, born, brought up, schooled, did all my college education in Chennai. Was here for a while, and bulk of my career has been in telcos. That has taken me from places outside Chennai as well. I worked across the country, north, central, south, and also a little bit outside the country as well. So I come back to Chennai. I left Chennai in 2009, and I come back to Chennai about 2 years back to this wonderful place called Las Vegas, where I'm neighbor of Subbu and Richard. I'm basically a business management guy with a core competency in sales, marketing, and customer service. That's what I've been doing for the last 25 years. And most of it are in telecom companies. You name the telecom company, I would be having a friend there, or I would have worked there. Those assignments took me outside India also. I spent some time in Thailand. I set up companies in Myanmar and back here. The last 2 years after I moved out of my professional employment, I've set up a small management company which helps out SMEs, sub 50 crore companies which wants to, or rather which has got challenges on the top line or middle line or bottom line. Okay, I help out these SMEs and I work out my home. Typically Chennai, I'm a triplicate guy. I was in triplicate. I got till 19. I was in triplicate. Even till 2002, I was in triplicate. Then I moved out to Gindi and to then to the current Mumbai. So if we do carry this very nostalgic memories of what Triplicane is, Saidoji Street to name them, we fool around in the place quite a lot. We have plenty of memories. We still have our ancestral place in Triplicane. She's living us. We still have the place as those remnants of those old memories. In terms of family, we are a small family apart from my mother. Me and my wife, we don't have children. She's a Carnatic vocalist. She goes by the name Calcutta Sisters. They are two sisters. Both the sisters are living in the same flat. In fact, that's the reason which brought us to this flat. We wanted to put these girls together. So one lives in the second floor and we are living in the third floor. and our father-in-law lives. Father-in-law is no more there. It lost him recently. He lives next door, and my brother lives about a kilometer from this place. So we wanted to huddle ourselves the way we used to do it in Triplicane type of a living. She's a Carnatic vocalist, and she's also quite popular among the teacher circuits. She's one of those fairly known names in the school teaching. She teaches students across the globe. She's got about 100 plus odd students across several countries. So she's also set up something new. She's migrated herself from a personal brand to want to brand the school. So she has established something called as Karnatikala, which is taking shape in the baby steps. We wanted to also make it a little bigger because she's not able to cater to the requirements from the parents. That apart, I'm looking forward to some nice, good association. I'm hoping to make this association, not just with this meeting, make it a little more longer than this. I wish and I hope there'll be a room for that. Thank you so much. Thanks, Subbu, once again for the invite.
Yeah, thank you very much, JB, for the nice introduction. And then people know you a lot more better now. So thank you very much. And then with this, so let me invite upon and Sita to provide introduction of our chief guest.
Maybe Subbu, our guest or the potential member Manikannan has also joined. So just say hi, hello to him.
So sorry, Manikannan. So just want to introduce yourself, Manikannan. You're on mute, Mani.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Actually, I am Manikannan. I am born and brought up Chennai, and I have there is two children. Like one first elder son is studying in SSN engineering 4th year. He is doing ECE, and the second son is in 11th standard. And I started my career in Gemco. It's a Caterpillar dealership company, and it's a CK Birla group. And I have 30 years experience in this company, and I worked across all the country, like from east to west, then south. In all the states almost I worked. In the last 10 years I am in Chennai. I'm staying in Mugapere West. All my schooling, everything is from Chennai. That's it. Really nice to, actually I'm eagerly waiting to meet all of you personally, because always this, okay, electronic media is fine, but still face-to-face meeting always brings a lot of personal bonding and to them. And I know Subbu and Reggie and Saravanan also well, because are the colleagues in Caterpillar. Thanks a lot for my invite. And she's my, there is wife, Lata, and sons. They are not here. They are attending this online class. So, okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Mani. Thank you very much. In fact, actually, all of us are eagerly waiting for a face-to-face meeting, to be honest. Yeah, thanks, Mani. Thanks for your introduction. So now let me move on to and Sita to introduce our chief guest, Venkatesh Ramakrishnan.
Do not try to feed your stomach with creativity. It's food for your soul, not for your stomach. Hello, everyone. A warm welcome to this lovely weekend evening. We all believe that the human potential is nearly limitless, but we also know that having potential is not the same as doing something with it. But our speaker today is someone who has excelled at this art. He is not only a novelist, he is also an historian, columnist, has crowdsourcing platforms and whatnot, hailing from the famous Devakoti Zamindar family. You cannot find a more down-to-earth friendly person like a speaker today. He is a bilingual author. So he has 3 historical novels in his bag. One written in Tamil, The Kaveri Maindan, The Son of Kaveri, is a sequel to the greatest Tamil historical novel ever written, Kalkin Ponniyin Selvan. I know that there are many Ponniyin Selvan fans here, including myself. So I hope there will be more sessions on that with the same speaker. Gods, Kings and Slaves, The Siege of Madurai, published by Hachette, is Venkatesh's first novel in English and is about Malika Foods' invasion of South India. It remained on Amazon's bestseller list for a considerable time, and best-selling author Amish Tripathi reviewed it as It made me laugh, it made me cry, and it left me disturbed. Speakers found a metamorphosis in life after the social media revolution. He found his skills in crowdsourcing platforms and getting together people of similar interest onto one platform. This testimony is to two of the groups he started, the Madras Local History Group and Ponniyin Selvan Group. Both have around 20,000 members now. Identifying local history as a poor cousin of the textbook history, Venkatesh resorted to crowdsourcing information on lesser-known places. His first experiment was on the river Kuvam, and we all know how we cross river Kuvam. So from how we close our mouths to raise our brows, he has taken the river Kuvam, and people were surprised to find what they had considered primarily as a drainage ditch. It has got a lot of history. The Kuvam Cultural Mapping Project that he initiated was a volunteer effort with a Facebook page as a focal point, generated an overwhelming interest in the river's culture and threw up a lot of historical subtasks. His TEDx talks on Kuvam was well received. Our author, our speaker today, he writes a weekly column in DT Next Page paper on interesting tales from Madras in the decades of the 40s. He won the Vedavalli Memorial Award for a heritage enthusiast last year from the TAC Foundation. So, dear Rotarians, please join me in welcoming the speaker for the day, Mr. Venkatesh Ramakrishnan. Welcome to our club, sir.
Can you hear me?
Look forward for an exciting evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, the screen is yours, sir.
Yes, please. I'm trying to share the screen. Tell me if it is visible. Can you see it?
Yeah.
The World War looms. Yes. The 1940s is 80 years behind us in history. Some of us know it from our grandfathers, some from our fathers. 1940s were a very interesting decade which decided the history of India, history of Tamil Nadu even today. The political and the art and the literature that we found. So, for example, she mentioned Kalki, who became a very big writer only in the 20s. So the cinema legends that we have from the 1940s are, I think you have to mute everybody except me.
722, is it ready pantingla? The phone is it?
Admin,
phone vela sellingla.
I think we can mute all.
Yeah, I will.
Except the speaker.
It's unmuted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So 1940s was very important in the freedom fight also. Gandhi and his group had tried to dislodge the British quite often by the Satyagraha movement in the 20s, the Salt March in the 30s, and none of this was really working. The British were said to stay here for quite some time, and Gandhi finally brings this do or die in the Quit India movement. That also happens in 1942. So a lot of our history today was written in the 1940s, and Tamil Nadu being so close to the cinema in its daily activities, day-to-day activities, there's not a moment that we don't we dislodge cinema from our thinking. We should see how the cinema of the 1940s actually happened. So the cinema started talking in the 1931. It became the talkie. Earlier it was a silent movie, the Umai Padam, and then it became what do you call the talkie in 1931. So 40s was the second decade that the movie started. So okay. The first thing was the scarcities that happened. In the sense that everything was scarce in Madras during 1940s, starting from your rice. The government even wanted to ban the idlis because they were consuming too much of resources. So naturally the cinema film was also scarce. The main reason being that film was being made in Germany and Japan, which were at war with Britain and India. So no film could come into India. So the government decided that any cinema should be made in 11,000 feet, not more than 11,000 feet. The earlier cinemas used to be made of 22,000 feet, and this was an enforced editing. Each talkie had 50 to 60 songs in the movie. So most of these movies were full musicals. And when you reduce this movie by half, automatically your movie becomes it was an enforced editing. So the other reason that the government also enforced on the studios was every studio for 3 films that they make should make one propaganda film, one war propaganda film. So this you can see the villain looking like Hitler. There is actually Modern Theatre Sundaram, the producer himself who took up the villain role. The Burma Rani, the movie is called Burma Rani. So cinemas changed drastically. We were cutting it into 2, okay? Cutting it into half rather. And so the songs went off, the story had to be told in a much smaller span. And where of course, the modern theatres in Salem, near Yercaud, on the way to Yercaud, then this Vagini studio on the top right and the AVM studio below, other than of course the Gemini studio. And rather than treating each other like a rival, they were very, very close friends and they cooperated. If somebody had broken agreement in one of the studios, he would not find a job in any other. That happened to a couple of actors as well who left Gemini studio. They could not find a job for the rest of their lives. They had to retire prematurely. So this cartel was formed. These are the movie moguls: S.S. Vasan, ABM, and Nagi Reddy. ABM became called as ABM Studios much later. Earlier they were Saraswati Sound Studio, or they were called Pragrati Studios. And this was a palace. This palace was in Mandavali, Mandavali Norton Road, where the Chaitanya School is, and where the Sun Theatre was earlier. This used to be the Vijayanagar Palace. The Vijayanagaram rather. Vijayanagaram was a Zameen in Andhra, and they called themselves Maharaja, of course. A very well-to-do family. They did a lot of important things in Madras, and the king's brother actually was the captain of the Indian cricket team, Vizzy. And the king unfortunately committed suicide. He walked off a balcony in this building, and his ghost was reportedly seen for a lot of time by the residents. So everybody vacated this palace and went away. It was locked and it was becoming a Bhuth Bangla. That was the time ABM Mahibub Chettiar was looking for a studio and wanted to shoot his films here. It was World War time, and this entire studio he rented for 350 rupees. When Chettiar went inside, he found a lot of Ravi Verma paintings, a lot of costly ornamental decorations along the walls. He was a very honest man, and he took everything and kept it in one room, unlocked it, and gave the key to the Vijayanagaram Palace. But he had only one request to make: since one room I'm not using, please reduce the rent by 50 rupees. So this is where he made, in a very, very what do you call, a very Rumba Sogamana time, where the war was happening, when you don't know when they're going to be bombed, and people don't have enough food. He made a couple of comedies which really uplifted the mood. If you watch a comedy film, if you watch Michael Madana Kamarajan today, you will feel a little uplifted in today's time. So that is what AVM did. And 2 of the movies that he made was Sabhabadi and En Manavi in quick succession. En Manavi was about an old teacher who marries a very young girl. And exactly in Tirunelmalai, he was actually spoofing the incident that really happened then. M.S. Subbulakshmi's marriage to Sadasivam in Tirunelmalai had happened 1 year back. And he was spoofing that. Sabhabadi, of course, even today you can watch plenty of slapstick comedy and oral comedy. And this is where he made a lot of technological improvements. That is more important than the movies that you make. So he makes Srivalli. Srivalli has a heroine called Rukmani, one of the most beautiful girls in Tamil cinema ever. She is the mother of the present actress Lakshmi, the grandmother of Aishwarya. So Rukmani was daughter of Nugambakam Janaki, a drama actress. Was a very they wanted an actress who could be Valli is actually threatened by an elephant in the story of Muruga, and so they wanted an actress who would not be afraid of acting with an elephant. So while Rukmani was that girl, and to make her feel safe, A.V. Mahibub Chettiar actually brought the elephant from Kerala 6 months ahead and had it tied in the studio, and Valli had to go along and play with the elephant almost daily and feed it sugarcane and grass so that she would get along with this. In this scene that Mahibub Chettiar was actually afraid of, when the elephant lifts Rukmani, she was actually giggling. Exact opposite. She was not scared as he was afraid of. She was actually giggling, and the shots had to be taken again and again. So what was so important about Srivalli was, though being a beautiful girl, she was not gifted with a nice voice. And the movie was a musical. She had to sing 16 songs here, and songs were horrible, to say the least. So people shut their ears and ran out of the theaters when the song came in the theater, when the song was filmed. I think that originated the habit of walking out of the theater for smoking during the songs. During the 70s, it was a very common thing where smoking was banned in public. And so Meyyappa Chettiar got the news that the movie was going to become a flop because of these 16 songs. So he actually brought back the reels from the theaters in cars, had another singer called Periyanayagi sing it, and re-recorded the songs. The movie became a very big hit, and it established dubbing as a very, very important technology in Indian cinema. So, and maybe Meyyappa Chettiar would go away to Karaikudi and Devakote when there was a power supply shortage in Madras, and shoot his other movies like Vedala Ulagam and Namir were there, and come back and finally settle down in Kodamba. An important movie that we need to talk about 1940s is Meera. Meera was made by an American director, Ellis Dungan, D-U-N-G-A-N. People call him Duncan. He's actually Dungan. We'll be talking about Dungan again. And this movie was made by Subbulakshmi's husband, Sadasivam. And it was shot a lot in Rajasthan, where in the temples, they would not allow Dungan because he was a Christian. They would not allow him to the temple. Sadasivam would actually blacken his face and tell people that he was a Kashmiri Pandit and made him enter the temples. They would discover it later and do a Punyajana. And he made a real effort to make the movie a success. And M.S. Subbulakshmi's image great. He made wax models of her face and studied lighting before he even started the shooting and made her look ethereal. In fact, so godly that she looked at that movie that she decided to stop acting with this so that image would stay in the mind of people. It's a very, very successful move because that is how we remember M.S. Subbulakshmi thereafter. I always say it's a very lucky movie for statues. The hero was Nagaya. Nagaya's statue is in Panangal Park. And M.S. Subbulakshmi's statue is in Tirupati. When you enter Tirupati town, you can see the M.S. Subbulakshmi statue. And this is one scene where you see Nagaya and two actors. The red arrow points to an extra. This extra just spoke 4 or 5 lines in the entire movie, but he has 40,000 statues for him. Not 1 or 2, like the hero and heroine. He has 40,000 statues. And the people are still keeping statues for him, and they celebrate his birthday and mourn his death day every street corner. So you never know how life will treat you. Say 10 years down the line or 20 years down the line or a decade down the line. You could be reconsidered. History would reconsider your role. So when M.S. Subbulakshmi was the heroine, MGR was an extra in the movie. And finally, you know how things turned out. So he became from an extra to a demigod. People always treat him like a god these days. Another important fact was both of them have got the Bharat Ratnas. M.S. Subbulakshmi and MGR have got Bharat Ratnas. So Meera becomes the only movie which has 2 Bharat Ratnas acting in it. We have Satyajit Ray, we have other people having a single Bharat Ratnas doing movies, but Meera has the credit of having 2 Bharat Ratnas. This is history. The superstars of the 40s were, of course, P.U. Chinnappa and M.K. Tyagaraja Bhagavathar. So you look fat or you could look bald and still be the hero without any additional wig or makeup. So 40s, you needed to sing. The early 40s, at least, you needed to sing, and your voice had to be repeated on gramophone records throughout the Tamil-speaking diaspora. So this was what, and they didn't really care about their looks. P.U. Chinnappa was a avid drinker, and he became fat and fat that at one point Kalki would write a review that P.U. Chinnappa is looking like P.U. Periyappa. And M.K. Tyagaraja Bhagavathar, of course, got into some other trouble, which we'll also be looking into. Very beautiful heroines in the 1940s. T.R. Rajakumari. She was the seductress of the 40s. Her eyes would speak what she had to do in the, the dialogues. And her peak period was the 1940s when she was acting in a lot of heroine roles, roles. She was not bothered as long as she got the screen space. And she would make the heroes run for money. Like in Haridas, people were talking about her. Just like in, when you talk about Padayappa, you talk about Ramya Krishnan as Neelambari. She gave Rajini a run for his money. In Haridas, she would be as important as M.K. Tyagaraja Bhagavathar. She later became a producer and made the biggest achievement and mistake of her career when she, as a producer, she made Shivaji and MGR act in the same movie, Kundikili. She expected it to be a mega hit because for the first time, the 2 actors came, the superstars came together, but it was a mega flop. because the fans of each other did not want to see the other hero on screen. That was much later. Of course, we had Tavamani Devi. Tavamani Devi came from Sri Lanka. She was very beautiful and in the sense a very free girl. She designed her own costumes. Not that there was too much of it. And when she was introduced to the press in the starting, she gave a photo in a swimsuit. So that made a big riot all over 1941. And Vanamohini was a movie in which there's an elephant. It was typically a Tarzan movie where the girl is in the forest without the help of an elephant. I always wonder how a person like in Nalaneram, MGR is an orphan who brings up 4 elephants. Even to bring up 1 elephant is tough. How can an orphan feed 4 elephants? So this girl actually brings up an elephant in the forest, and actually people were not sure about her seductiveness. See the movie, if you see the poster, you can see Chandru elephant, the tusker, that is mentioned ahead of her. And K. Tavamani Devi would shake the 1940s as an actress. It is also a decade where we had mother and daughter being individual heroines in the same decade, within 10 years. Of course, we had Lakshmi and Aishwarya later, father and sons have been heroes. But in the same decade, the mother being a heroine, 1944, and 47, the daughter becoming a heroine. So that was very, very remarkable, which happened in 1940s. Vasundhara and Vaijayandimala were not on talking terms. Their parents had gone through a divorce, and Vasundhara had remarried again. But S.S. Vasan tried to create a rapprochement between the mother and daughter. In 1950s, he would take a movie called Irumbu when she played the role, the mother and the daughter played the same role as the mother and the daughter on screen as well. We were talking about Ellis Duncan. So we do have a lot of directors who are very important. Actors in the silent movies have become directors. Ellis Duncan came all the way from California to direct movies. He was the person who introduced M.G. Ramachandran in Sati Leelavati. He was known for a few things. The makeup. He brought organized makeup to the stars. He also introduced the trolley for moving shots. Earlier, they used to keep it in a bullock cart and pull it by hand, the camera. He brought in a camera on rails, and he also made very, very sexy scenes in the movies. And there was a lot of opposition from the review writers. Kalki would say, in fact, Duncan was the first person to introduce the club dance, the cabaret dance in the movies. In 1970, America, there was no Tamil movie without such a dance. Up to the days of Silk Smitha, that's after that we stopped. Okay, and Duncan, Kalki would say that Duncan was spoiling the minds of the people in Tamil Nadu. He should be banned and sent back to America. But when Kalki decided to make a movie 2 years down the line, he called Duncan to direct it because he can give a hit. So good was Duncan's work in the films that he was appreciated in spite of his shortcomings. Bharatiyar songs in films, we take it for granted. Once in a decade 4 or 5 songs. But who does that's why the word say, who does Bharati belong to? It is hidden. So Bharati songs were, Bharati was a very, very poor poet. He did not leave anything for his family. And as soon as he died, his daughter had to get married. So his wife sold the rights of his entire poetry for 500 rupees to a diamond jeweler called Suraj Mal. Suraj Mal in turn sold it to AVM for 9,500 rupees. But AVM was very, very strong about the copyright. He would allow that songs to be sung on the road in the dramas, but he would not allow anybody else to use it in the movies. So when the TKS brothers wanted to use it in the movies, AVM sent them a court notice. So it became a big riot involving up to the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, of Madras State, Omandurar, and Avinash Lingam actually brokered the deal and said Bharatiyar should belong to everybody. And finally, in a deed, a gift deed, A.V. Meyyappa Chettiar gifts all the songs of we would have seen the documents of land where we have the schedules. So look at this schedule. It says Desiya Geethangal, then political works. All these songs are gifted to Tamil Nadu by AVM, and movies start having their Bharati reproductions there. The first movie to make Bharati very, very popular was also in the 1940s, Namiruvar. In those days, the posters also used to come in English, V2. And Kamala Lakshman dances to a Bharatiyar song, and also dances Bharatanatyam. So this is when Bharatanatyam was brought into the middle class. Earlier it was called Sadiratam, was to be danced by the Devadasis in the temples. It was not a reputed dance. There was a lot of disrepute. Rukmani Devi Arundel struggled a lot to bring it into the main forum. And though she brought it to the main forum, it was Kamala, who was later Kamala Lakshman, the wife of the cartoonist R.K. Lakshman, who brought it into the household. After this movie came, small girls were forcing their parents to enroll them in dance classes. So 1940s, at the end, we even have TDS's granddaughters dancing Bharatanatyam. In a matter of 10 years, the focus on Bharatanatyam changed. So 1940s was not very organized. There were a lot of overlaps. The same story being shot over a year. And this is one advertisement that comes about the Srivalli that we discussed earlier. We are in a deep debt of gratitude to modern theatres for having kindly dropped the production of Tamil talkie film Srivalli. The Saraswati is the AVM. They also want to make this Srivalli, but they know that it is being done by modern theatre. They request them to drop the film, which is dropped. So, but there did happen two incidents of clashes. The same film being made by two people and launched at the same time. So the first one was Harichandra. The Harichandra on the right was made by Kannamba, the actress there. She was a very big, she was a Telugu actress who would not know a single word of Tamil. But within 4 years, she could give those big Magane Manohara type of this language in Tamil cinema. She produced this movie in her own home production along with P.U. Chinnappa. But the one on the left was actually a Kannada picture. The Kannada picture had been produced by A.V. Meyyappa Chettiar, and he had a very good sound engineer called Raghavan, who actually, when he didn't have any work, tried putting Tamil words into the original track. And he said that he thought that it could match. So the full movie was dubbed in less than 2 to 3 weeks. 24 hours the studio used to be open, they dubbed it and released it a few months ahead of the other Harichandra. And while the Kannada Harichandra in Tamil was a very big hit, Kannamba's Harichandra became a very big flop. Tamil movie flopped while the dub movie was a hit because of the virtue of their having come first. The next one that is also a very interesting is Jnana Soundari. The original Tamil literature in printed form is Christian literature. We have to accept that. Christian theologists brought the printing press. They Thambiran Vanakkam was the first Tamil book published, perhaps one of the first books in India which was published. It was published in Goa. And so the Christian legends started creeping into people because they were available on the books. Jnana Soundari was a Christian legend about a beautiful princess and an evil stepmother, a sort of Cinderella, where the evil stepmother cuts off the hands of the heroine and leaves her in the forest. So hero actually saves her, and Mother Mary restores her hand. So this drama was done by Nab Rajamanikam as a drama with beautiful special effects on the stage. People used to be wondering how the hands were regenerated. And it was a good story for the movie. So Citadel Studios, which are Malayalis, made this movie very well. T.R. Mahalingam and Rajambal. Rajamma, who used to be the mother characters much later, she did the role. And this movie was already running in the theatre. At that time, Gemini had just made Chandralekha. They were arrogant with the success. They had so much success that the people like Vebatur Kittu and Gattam Subbu, who were number 2 in the studio, convinced S.S. Vasan that we can also make this movie and make it a hit. Vasan never usually got carried away by these advices, but this time somehow he made a mistake. And he makes a Jnana Soundari on his own. But unfortunately, the entire Gemini studio is stocked with the Tambram writers, who know only the typical Mylapore slang of Brahmin language to write. They use the same thing in Jnana Soundari as well. So first of all, they learn that the heroine cannot have a bindi, because she's a Christian, which is to a Brahmin is a very, very bad, inauspicious symbol. So they put a small cross on her head, which first of all the audience is not willing to accept. And then everybody, including Mary and Jesus, they talk in Tamil Brahmin Mylapore style. Ava vandala, ava vandala. So this whole movie was Mylapore style. For the first time, the Tamil audiences got wild. They went and tore the screen, broke the chairs in the theatre, and the movies was returned to the studio. S.S. Vasan said, nobody should talk about this to me again. And he burnt the negatives. So the tastes were changing. And one very good thing that came out of this was 10 years down the line, when S.S. Vasan, who also ran the Anand Vigadan, wanted to do 6 or 7 years down the line, when he wanted to do a novel in Tamil, he calls Kothamangalam, who was responsible for this debacle, Jnana Soundari debacle, and tells him, "You write a story with not a single Brahmin character." And Tilana Mohanambal came through. Kothamangalam just asked for permission. I use one Brahmin character in this entire movie, and he makes it the Vaidi, the villain character. This entire story is about some other communities, but that came out of this debacle. The biggest scandal of 1940s was the arrest of the superstar. N.K. Tyagaraja Bhagavathar, who was the first superstar of Tamil cinema. Say in 1934, he makes Pavalakkodi, which is 3 years after the movie talks, and that runs for 100 days. Any movie, he made only 16 or 15 or 16 movies in his entire career of 25 years. But every movie ran for 100 days, 200 days, 2 years, 3 years, and made the producers very rich. Looking at a Bhagavathar movie, a lot of producers came into the Tamil cinema. Capital is very important. So when the producers came in, this industry could survive. So Tyagaraja Bhagavathar was in fact very responsible for Tamil cinema not going in the way of the Oriya cinema or the Bhojpuri cinema. It became one of the landmark cinemas of India. So Tyagaraja Bhagavathar was already married. He didn't like the first marriage, so he actually ran away on the day before the marriage. His father had to bring him back, but of course he had 4 or 5 children later. But when he became a superstar, he falls in love with a young girl who comes to ask him for a chance, Rajam. So he marries this girl, Rajam, and this becomes a very scandal. He keeps it a very secret because most of the films he acts as a big sadhu or a celibate, or he doesn't act as a very big sannyasi. So he didn't want his image to be spoiled. But there was a blackmailer called Lakshmikanta. Lakshmikanta was blackmailing everybody. In this, he talks about T.R. Rajakumari and minor Tyagaraja. And he's talking about Tirupandal, this as well, the Mutt as well. And below you can see Ariyakudi Ramanuja Iyengarum, Dhanam Sakodharigalu. So it was a full scandal. It was a yellow newspaper. This is a copy we got it from a collector in Karaikudi who didn't know the real value of this. So we picked it up. And like this, he was also talking about Tyagaraja Bhagavathar and his new wife. So Tyagaraja Bhagavathar and other people who were affected, 14 of them actually go to the governor and complain about Lakshmikanta. And his license is removed. But Lakshmikanta takes over another newspaper and continues writing about these people. They are very, very offended. They are scared. And suddenly Lakshmikanta is killed. Lakshmikanta is traveling in a rickshaw in Kilpa. He is stabbed and killed. So the police don't know who killed him. But they remember that just the last week, 14 of them went and complained about him to the governor. So out of them, they arrest 4 of them. So Tyagaraja Bhagavathar is arrested the moment his movie Haridas is released. And the week that Hitler died, that he was also sentenced. Throughout the world, the headlines was about Hitler dying in his bunker. But in Madras, M.K. Tyagaraja Bhagavathar, N.S. Krishnan was sentenced to life. This was the Lakshmikanta case. So when he was actually acting, he didn't. When he was at the peak of his career, he had been arrested and convicted and put in Bellary jail. And they were talked that he was going to be moved to Andaman as well. That was the time this movie Haridas was released. This is T.R. Rajakumari again. Famous songs that we still love. And Haridas actually ran for three Diwalis. More because people did not know whether you will see a Bhagavathar film again. And there is a description of us in Central Jail listening to the gramophone record sound from the Moor Market of his own songs and crying. And of course, he goes up to the Privy Council and but 3 years, this is an advertisement that he placed. M.K. Tyagaraja Bhagavathar thanks his friends and well-wishers on the congratulatory messages on his acquittal and regrets his inability to respond to them individually. That means he got thousands of letters congratulating for his acquittal. But Tyagaraja Bhagavathar, the taste of people had changed, his image had changed. So when Tyagaraja Bhagavathar wants to make new movies, they are all flops. He dies a penniless man 13, 14 years down the line of diabetes. He was just 49 when he died. And all the last movies that he made were terrible flops. So this is how we have to remember him for his first few hits. S.S. Vasan was another prime mover of the 1940s, the tempo man. Ashoka Mitran, the writer, would say that S.S. Vasan could even add tempo to a railway timetable. So anything that S.S. Vasan touched was very fast. So when he was making Chandralekha, Vepattur Kittu once again comes and tells him a story. He says there is 5 years before this he tells a story. There is this heroine and the villain. The heroine cuts the nose of the villain and puts chili powder on it. Vasan throws out the script of the window. And but just when before Vepattur Kittu, he asks what was the name of the heroine. He says Chandralekha, and Vasan notes it down on a diary. For 5 years they were searching for a good story. And finally they copied the story from a penny dreadful novel, the novel that is sold for a penny in England. They copied it and made it as Chandralekha. But when they didn't have a tempo for the movie, they wanted to include a circus. 2 circuses and made them stay in Mount Road in the studio. Chandralekha was a very big hit. It was remade in Hindi and it was even screened in Moscow. It made Vasan a power to be dealt with all over India. This Vasan's tempo addiction would be seen in 1952 when he makes a Hindi film Insaniat, though it was not in the 40s. He has Dilip Kumar and he has Devanand with Beena Roy, the beautiful Beena Roy guy there. But he felt the movie was not having a tempo, so he introduces a chimpanzee into the movie. A chimpanzee called Zippy, which actually steals the story from the hero and heroine. The villain of Chandralekha was Ranjan. People used to, for 10 years, Shashankan he was called, and small children used to be terrified of him and used to eat their meals if their mothers threatened them of Shashankan. Shashankan used to lead 4 dogs, big Vete Naigal used to bring in, and he was a very educated man, in the sense that he was so proud of his BA degree, because other actors were all starting from the drama clubs. So Ranjan used to say Ranjan BA, and all his movies he became a hero, Neelamalai Thirudan, and MGR acted as a villain in all his movies. And Ranjan also moved to Bombay. This is Madhubala with him. He made 50 Hindi movies. Finally, he even wrote a script for a Devanand movie. But the problem is you can take a man out of Mylapore, but you cannot take the Mylapore out of the man. So the same accent is there, there's no dubbing, and if you talk like a Mylapore man in Bombay, it won't work out. So Ranjan was forcibly retired in the 50s. The 2 factors. One was the reduction of the film size that we talked about, 11,000 feet, that cut out the songs. The second was the removal of M.K. Tyagaraja Bhagava's charisma because of the scandal. So movies with better dialogues, with fiery dialogues, with social impacting dialogues started having a rapport with the audience. So that is where we get Annadurai writing the first movies, Nallathambi and Velaikari, which are basically more communist oriented than Dravidian oriented. But Annadurai makes his mark as a writer. This, I think, is the real starting point of Dravidian rule. Though Dravidian movement had started much earlier with the Justice Party and E.V. Ramasamy Nayakar, Annadurai's establishment as a leader was what led them to an electoral victory much later. Rajakumari, we cannot forget Rajakumari. MGR had acted as an extra for 10 years. He could not sing, but he was a persistent extra. He comes as a police inspector in his first movie, then he comes as Arjuna in Abhimanyu, he comes as Indrajit in Vedavati. Small roles, 5-6 lines. He speaks 10 lines in Ashok Kumar. He actually dances. Actually, when we were all in college and school, the most popular meme used to be MGR's dance day. He would always say that MGR never knew how to dance. But MGR actually dances Bharatanatyam in Sri Murugan, this movie in 1946, along with Malati. So a movie called Rajakumari, the script is planned. It is for the actress Rajakumari and P.U. Chinnappa to be a hero, but they don't get the dates. Then A.S.A. Sami, who is the director, he tells the producer, the extras who acted in the previous movie, Malati and Ramachandran, are very good. We can try the movie as a low-budget movie along with them. They agree. The movie is almost shelved 4 or 5 times. MGR is on tenterhooks all the time whether his first movie would be cancelled. Important issue here is there was this T.R. Ramachandran, a comedian, was a very big man then. So M.G. Ramachandran actually calls himself Ramachandra. Earlier, MGR acted as a villain to Ranjan in Salivakana. MGR was a very angry man. He was not getting roles and Ranjan was getting the hero. So during the fight sequences, MGR, when he had to act as if hitting the hero, really hit the hero. Or when he had a sword fighting, it became really dangerous for the hero, and Ranjan would actually complain to the director. So MGR has this pressure in his heart. So when they make Rajakumari, he's given a choice: choose your heroine, choose your. MGR says you choose everybody else, but I will choose the villain. He's afraid the villain will beat him up. So actually, they have chosen some Kaima Bailwan from North India, but MGR says that there's a milkman who supplies milk to my house. He's a very good fighter. He's a Bailwan. So I want him as the villain in this film. And the director is first apprehensive, but later when they include that man, it is MMA Chinnappa Devar. Chinnappa Devar of the animal movies and the Muruga movies. And later, Chinnappa Devar was a milkman. The association with MGR would start here. Nambiar comes as a comedian in this film. The association with Nambiar also becomes ensured in this movie. Historians always say Nambiar was responsible for making MGR so big. Getting hit in every movie, he made him a hero. And Nambiar's friendship with MGR starts here. Karunanidhi is the assistant dialogue writer for this movie. But the biggest association made is Chinnappa Devar. MGR, when he becomes a superhero, would give 17 call sheets to Chinnappa Devar. 17 of them mega hits. Chinnappa Devar had to promise only one thing: I will not shoot a movie with another hero. So he never made a movie with Shivaji. He would always make it with smaller heroes or animals or a temple on Muruga or a movie on Muruga. So that is how it worked. These 17 movies, which are mega hits, actually pushed Dandayuthapani films on par with Gemini or ADM. You're giving 17 hits on continuously means you're a very big producer. So Chinnappa, this Rajakumari is a landmark movie of those days. MGR was a persistent extra. 14 films from 1937 onwards, parts like Indra, Indrajit, Lord Vishnu, Inspector, Minister, Villain to Ranjan. This is once again Taumani Devi, the vamp. Taumani Devi is introduced in this movie so that they want to make sure that it's a hit. But after this, and there are a lot of people who said that the movie became a hit because of Taumani Devi. But Taumani Devi's career takes a downslide after this when MGR goes up. Miss Malini was a movie made by the Gemini Films, and you have R.K. Narayan sitting down in the studio and writing the only screenplay he ever wrote. All his other stories were short stories or novels. So R.K. Narayan writes Miss Malini as a screenplay. And Kottamangalam Subbu writes his songs for this movie. Kottamangalam Subbu writes a lullaby for a child. A mother sings a song to make her child asleep. And in that she says, Gandhi Mahan, Netaji, Kattavuman Pola. I want my son to become like Gandhi Mahan or Netaji or Kattavuman. At that point, 99 out of 100 people in Madras did not know who Kattavuman was. Today, Kattavuman is your superstar of freedom struggle. In 1949, they did not know who he was. Kattavuman was a very, very small king. A very small fort, Panjalan Guruchi, and the song comes, everybody started asking, who is this Kattavuman? Where do they get information on him? So 10 to 15 books are written about Kattavuman in the 5-10 years. Then Shivaji makes a movie in 58-59. So Kattavuman becomes a superstar. So we talk about movies giving a second innings for even great freedom fighters. Today you cannot see a fancy dress competition or Independence Day celebration at school without a child dressed as Kattavuman. And lastly, I would also like to talk about the non-feature films. Those I have left out a lot of heroes, heroines, a lot of people who were in the 40s, but that would make a complete 3-hour talk. We also had a very interesting feature film which was made, a non-feature film which was made in the 40s. It was Mahatma Gandhi, a documentary. It was done by A.K. Chettiar, and who was also the editor of the Kumari Malar. A.K. Chettiar did not shoot any parts of Gandhi. In fact, we don't even have records of him having met Gandhi when he came to Madras. He would go all over the world, shoot interviews of people who had been with Gandhi, and pay money for costly footage of Gandhi. This was the only film in which Mahatma Gandhi came in a coat and suit in South Africa. A.K. Chettiar was so sincere that when he bought a film, he would send it in one ship, and he himself would travel in another ship. That was wartime. So even if one ship went down, they would be able to have the knowledge without being damaged. A.K. Chettiar's Mahatma Gandhi is actually filmed in Delhi in 1947, and the president was not the West, not the Governor General. He attends this function. So I would like to end this talk by saying 1940s were a decisive decade in the history of Madras in every aspect, in construction, in politics, in freedom movement, and even cinema. Today we look at one aspect of it, and from this we know how much of the foundation of the Tamil cinema industry, which actually feeds a lot of people and entertains much more, the foundations were laid in the 1940s, and many people struggled. So in cinema you have the ratio of 1 person succeeding and 9 people failing. We don't know those names, but they all work together to establish cinema as a industry. In cinema, the people say industry in Bangladesh. Industry, other people ask. But there are so many people involved in the making of every film. And 1940s was the time when technology in the film, when the fee structure was set, the studio structure was set, the actors were trained to look along. Now we look at the actors of 1945 and they copy to a certain extent. So the 10% change every decade. And that is where we have the heroes of film. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having me today.
Wow, wow. So that was an amazing narration of the talkies of 40s, you know, like and a lot of things are, a lot of names which we have heard, and I think the history behind and so much of politics behind each of those. I think you would have taken a lot of time to research all those, and with all those details and also some newspaper cuttings, I think you would have put a lot of efforts to get all this. Thank you very much for your narration of the history of Tamil films, and especially in 40s. I just wanted to ask if any of you have a quick question for Mr. Venkatesh here. So probably some of you would have already seen some of these movies, and also you know some of the characters and all who Mr. Venkatesh was talking about. Any questions or any feedback or comments from any of the team members over here.
Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir, Venkatesh sir, it was amazing. We have read these things. Panachu or the Padaya book collection tidbits kadaikum. But this was what shall I say? This is a whole lot of ice cream in one pack dumped on you. Consume manikittu, we couldn't even register. Every time we say wow to something, you move on to something even more interesting.
That's why we record it, so that you can see it again.
I mean, what is also revealing, sir, is that எத்தனை சாம்ராஜ்யங்கள் சின்னதுல இருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சு மேலோங்கி போயிட்டு அண்ட் திரும்பவும் அந்த தரமட்டத்துக்கு வந்து திரும்ப again there is something else is standing up. I think I could see, if I recall it correctly, at least I remember 4 or 5 which had gone from nothing to a peak in life, and from the peak they had fallen off, and the fall has been not so graceful. In fact, sometimes been disgraceful kind of a fall. What a lofty shift.
Of these names, only Arium survives today.
Yeah, probably it's the only name which is you can recall saying that there is a stature which is still. But மத்தவங்களோட ஸ்டேச்சர்லாம் எந்த அளவுக்கு வருஷத்துக்கு போயிட்டு எங்க இருந்து விழுந்திருக்கு.
That is why we are losing data. We don't have data from Gemini. We don't have live. People who work in Gemini are now 80, 85. You have forgotten most of the things. It's so worrisome when you know that these details will be lost next generation.
Oh, seriously.
You have to record it. But what I am recording, or Sasiram is recording, or Muthiah recorded is less than 20-25% of what you will get. What you should have got about Madras.
No, I could see from your tone, நீங்க double pace la பேசுனீங்க. There is so much of information. You wanted to pack this 50 minutes into so much of information. அதுலயே நீங்க அவ்வளவு double pace la பேசுறீங்க. அவ்வளவு information is there. The only thing I could relate to is Star Theatre. And the theaterல சினிமா பார்த்திருக்கேன் நிறைய. That is hardly about 300 meters from my house.
Most of the theaters, Art Deco theaters, were started in the 40s, starting from Casino onwards.
Yeah.
40s started this theater projection technology in a very big way.
Yeah.
People started building theaters only when they started believing in cinema. Earlier it was tent kotage. Even in Madras Voltax Road, the tent kotage survives up to 50s.
Yeah.
So they started building theaters because they were confident about the cinema that could make money, because the theaters are very big investment.
Yeah.
So a lot of these theaters came up in the 1940s. They were designed by Parsis. They were designed by sound engineers. We had a lot of people from other states and other countries working in cinema. It's a wonderful.
Yeah, truly. Only that those days Casino theater போறதுக்கு allow பண்ண மாட்டாங்க வீட்ல. அது இங்கிலீஷ் படமா இருக்குமா? நீ அதெல்லாம்
Casino allow பண்ண மாட்டான். Casino வந்து was like a ritual of coming of age. If you were allowed into Casino, that means you have come of age. எல்லாருமே டால் ஸ்லிப்பர்ல இது பண்ணிட்டு that is a big legend.
வேற ஏதோ தியேட்டர் பேரை சொல்லிட்டு Casino போவோம். If you want to watch those movies, they are completely banned. No way in their standards as compared to what is available today. It's so freely. But அந்த காலத்துல சொல்றேன், I still used to remember that we used சொல்லிடுவோம் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கிட்ட Casino சொல்லாதடா, வேற ஏதோ தியேட்டர் பேர் சொல்லு, நம்ம Casino சொன்னா அலோ பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. That used to be the days. So thank you so much, sir. It was brilliant, sir.
Welcome.
So thanks, Venkatesh, for your question. Also bringing back your nostalgic memories. So anyone else has any comments or?
Sir, I have one question. Any relevance towards, because என்ன சொல்லுவாங்கன்னா கோயம்புத்தூர் சேலம் இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஃபுட்பிரிண்ட்ஸ் நிறைய இருந்தது அந்த பீரியட்ல அப்படின்வாங்க. Is it so? Is it true?
Coimbatore was ahead of Madras in cinema. But since Madras week, Madras month, we are talking about Coimbatore, Vincent ரொம்ப பெரிய the first pioneers of cinema were in Salem and Coimbatore. Modern theatre survived in Salem. It was on the foothills of the Erkard Hills. Modern theatre, he was actually a textile engineer. Sundaram was a textile engineer from England. He married a British woman. And the movies made in modern, they introduced more actors and script writers than anybody else. Even Karnataka, they introduced. So many of them they brought in. It was like a factory, just like a textile factory. People had to get up at 4:30, do their prayers, do their yoga. Shooting would be from 9 to 5. Then they had to go back to their hostels. Movie was made into an industry by Sundaram. They were making hits up to 1970s. The movie shifted to Madras and Kodambakkam in the 70s and never left Madras. Just like Bombay, Madras became a capital of the southern four states of cinema. And but Coimbatore has a lot of theaters, production, much ahead of Madras. The silent films were made in Coimbatore.
ஓ ஓகே 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 சார் ஓகே ஓகே ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்துச்சு சார். நிறைய பழசை டச் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு சிலலாம் கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கோம், கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கோம். அவரு நம்ம தியாகராஜ பாகவதர் வந்து பார்ட்னர்னா அவரை பாக்குறதுக்குலாம் அப்படி ஓடுவாங்க. பீப்புள் வேர் லைக் மேட் பிஹைண்ட் அந்த மாதிரிலாம். ஸோ அவர் பெரிய இது கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்காங்கல்ல சார் அவங்களாம்.
Thiagaraja Bhagadar was industry by himself. For somebody who has made 14-15 films, he still remembered today 80 years down the line. And poster அடிச்சு ஓட்றாங்க இன்னைக்கும். Thiagaraja Bhagadar birthday poster அடிச்சு ஓட்றாங்க இன்னைக்கு. So you can just imagine somebody whose grandfather has seen these movies still respects him for as a film actor. So scandal மாட்டலன்னா தமிழ் சினிமா வேற மாதிரி ஆயிடும். He would have survived till the 1960s. It would have still been musicals. A lot of people like MGR or Shivaji could not have got a chance. It was providential for him that he got caught in 1945 and changed the face of cinema.
Law ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருந்திருக்கு போல இருக்கு அப்பலாம்.
வெள்ளக்காரன் he was very very sure ங்க. The Pax Britannica ன்னு சொல்றோம்ல. என்னவா இருந்தாலும் the mistake has to be எவ்வளவு பெரிய ஆளா இருந்தாலும் will be arrested and tried properly.
ஆமா சார், அதான் இவ்வளவு ஃபேமில இருந்தவருக்கு வந்து இப்படி ஒரு இது அப்படிங்கும்போது
அப்படிங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா 1940-42ல வேர்ல்ட் வார் எஃபர்ட்டுக்காக பிரிட்டிஷ் அவ்வளவு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணிருக்காரு. கச்சேரி நடத்தி யூரோப்பை கச்சேரி நடத்தி he has got so much money for the British for the world war effort, but still they are very very sure. Ethiraj college founder da I was the lawyer who got him out.
You could have been easily the CM நினைக்கிறேன்.
என்ன வேணா ஆயிடலாம் சார், டோட்டலா மாறி இருக்கும். ஒரு 56 அவங்களுக்கு Dravidian மூவ்மெண்டே வந்திருக்காது. Because all movies were very strongly about God and religion. In fact, Sivagavi was written by Kripananda Varia. People don't know that Kripananda Varia made a movie. That was before the 40s kadala bittena. He wrote the script in 30s. The movie came in 1942. Kripananda Varia wrote the script for Sivagavi. The story and script was by him. So, if Thiagaraja Bhagadar had been there, there would have been a big religious backlash to the Dravidian movement. So, 50s could not have been the heyday of Dravidian movement if he had been there. I would still rate the Thiagaraja Bhagadar scandal was one of the major reasons for the Dravidian movement's success.
Good evening, sir. Can I have a question for you?
Sure.
I'm retired Suresh Babu, past president. Actually, I was. Thank you for giving more insights about the Tamil cinema since 1940. But my expectation was, Madras Day means. I thought you could as well talk about Madras and the faces of Madras. Why only cinema you have chosen? Any reason?
No, I chose the cinema because we had already 7 or 8 times this month we have talked about everything. I talked about the Buckingham Canal yesterday.
Suresh Babu, I can answer for that. I don't know whether you remember Venkatesh ji was the speaker for our club, RCR Raipeta, 2 years back, and he spoke about Madras on Madras Day. What we really expected, and when I was just about to say that, so I was thinking whether it's going to be a reputation or how it's going to be. Definitely, it was a completely different dimension, and nice to know so many things that happened in the Madras and what we have been doing. Very nostalgic.
There are very many aspects to a city: the art, the culture, the literature. About Madras, you can talk 1 hour about any of these topics: sports, politics.
Yeah, okay, because the invitation said it's Madras Day. Anyway, we enjoyed. There is no doubt about it. But I just wanted to clarify whether this is on the perspective of cinema you could have voted for this session.
Okay. Madras cinema. The topic was talkies of the 40s in Madras cinema.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any further comment before?
One question I have. Am I audible, Subbu?
Sorry, Reggie.
Yeah. Venkatesh ji, one question I have for you, but it is not related to today's topic. If you look at our logo, it has the Royapeta Tower in it. Could you spare 1 minute or 2 minutes to explain about that tower, just to appreciate our logo? Because you and your friends have written extensively about clock towers in Chennai. So I mean, I'm sorry, I'm springing a surprise on you, but it'll be good if you can spare some thoughts on that, just as an additional add-on knowledge.
Clock towers were important parts of it. They had 7 or 8 of them in the same time. I'm not sure of the exact date. In fact, time was very important for the British. They were very, very punctual. Especially the Scots, they were very punctual. I don't know how many of you remember 1942 வரைக்கும் 4 o'clock they would have a cannon explode a bomb. குண்டு போடுறது அப்படிம்பாங்க. 4 o'clock, everybody used to adjust their watches, hearing that sound. That was stopped only for the World War, because people would imagine that the Japanese had bombed them. So that was stopped and it was never started again. So clock towers and the corporation maintaining them was a big habit that was forming for the punctuality of the city. Madras was flexing its muscles as a very disciplined city under the British. So that was it. I don't know too much about the architecture of these things. We have these clock towers in quite many places, and now they are being recognized as heritage symbols. So I'm sure we work on that in future. And my area of expertise is more about people, but I'll surely help you around when we research these clock towers, the people associated with them, the people who designed them, and who looked at them. That's very important. Over the that here. So I'm sure, Fredji, that we would cooperate on this in the near future.
Yeah, incidentally, to all our club members, we are going to start a small team of people who are going to look at renovating the Roypeta Tower and the Roypeta Clock Tower. And incidentally, Venkateshji has been kind enough to accept accepted to be a part of this small team when we approached the Corporation of Chennai. Just as a side information and side note to you. Thank you so much once again, Venkateshji, for that.
So thank you very much, sir.
One small thing. May I ask one small thing? How do we follow you, sir? Do you have a blog site or something where we can follow you?
Minutes.in.
Okay.
Minutes.in is my blog where all the articles that I've written in the newspapers are
great.
written.
Thank you.
.in, not .com.
Madrasminutes.in.
You can follow me on Madrasminutes.in. And then you can follow me also on Madras Local History Group in Facebook.
Okay, right.
If you are on Facebook, please come over to Madras Local History Group. Me and a lot of my friends, we post a lot of details on the group. And this is the biggest group on Madras. 22,000 members we have. And this offers a lot of researchers go into this group to do their to get supplementary information for their studies, PhDs, and MPhils. That's two. My videos are once again on YouTube. Once again, Madras Minutes. You can find 5 or 10 of my videos. Okay. But just browse my name, Venkatesh Ramakrishnan Madras. You will get at least 15 to 20 videos of mine on.
Right, sir. YouTube. Thank you so much, sir.
Possibly one of the most active groups in Facebook, which I'm part of, is Madras Local History. He and his friends, they talk on varied subjects, and you'll be amazed what kind of a history Madras as a city has.
Please do check it out.
So, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your time. And then if you, we're going to just take another 15 more minutes for a quick quiz, where we have some of the elements what sir has covered, and also some other rapid fire round for Chennai. So, Suresh Babu, sir, so you'll have some of the elements what you asked for, and then if you want, so you can just stay back, sir. So, or feel free to, in case if you wanted to leave, if you have other engagements, feel free, sir.
Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you very much again. Thank you very much for your time. It was excellent. I think excellent evening spent knowing about the history of Tamil movies. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, Venkateshji.
So quickly, so what we will do is that basically we have I have already formed some teams, and then I'll let you know. Sorry, just a minute.
Subbu, I'll take this opportunity to welcome Seema from Singapore, and Aruna, who works for CTS and is based out of Chennai. Hey, welcome Seema, welcome Aruna.
Thanks, Reggie.
Okay, Seema. Okay, so do you want to introduce yourself, Seema?
Seema, don't feel shy. You can turn on your camera and you can talk a few words about yourself.
Reggie, thank you first of all. You continue to put me on the spot. I should have expected this. For now, I'm not going to be switching on camera, but I'll definitely like to say thank you. One for inviting me to such an interesting session. Honestly, didn't expect it to be so interesting. When you did mention to me that it's going to be about Madras, I was thinking, okay, what more? You've lived there for 20 years, so you probably think you know it all. but this was such an eye-opener. So thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you to all the members here, for just listening to me for the last couple of minutes. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Seema.
Thank you very much, Seema.
Aruna, you want to introduce yourself? Okay, not an issue. When Aruna comes on board, we can ask her.
Yeah, so quickly, so we will not spend more time. So we'll compress the quiz. So initially we planned it for 20 minutes. So we'll make it 10 minutes. We walk away with some prizes, like we already waited for so long. So we want to give some prizes. Reggie has a lot of money to give to the winner. So that's why we wanted to spend that money. So stay here, and then for 10 more minutes of your quiz, 10 more minutes of quiz. So let me share my screen. Just a minute. Yeah, here. Just a minute. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, Subbu.
Yeah. Okay, so we just have 4 teams quickly. So it's AVM, Gemini, Vijayawahini, and Modern. So AVM, we have Saravanan, Mahesh, and also JB Venkatesh and Seema. All of you are here? Okay.
Yeah.
So Gemini is Tirumalai, the team captain, and then we have Bhaskar and Richard and Aruna.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So Vijayawahini, we have Susar as the captain, then we have Padma, then we have Manikannan, and then we have Dr. Sindel.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the fourth team, Modern, we have Suresh Babu as captain, then we have Priya Reggie, Rajkumar, and Pari. Are we okay with the team? So basically we have AVM, Gemini, Vijayawahini, and Modern. So what we do is basically within this team, so you have to answer when it's an AVM. So Saravanan, Mahesh, Venkatesh, Seema, you need to answer. So you don't have an opportunity to discuss it as a group, but at least whoever knows the answer, you could answer that. Okay, so 10 points for the correct answer. If it's a part, you're going to get five points for that. So Gemini, we have Tirumalai, Bhaskar, Richard, and Aruna.
Who's the captain for AVM?
Sorry?
Captain for AVM?
The captain for AVM is, is Saravanan.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Subbu Raghu here.
Yeah. Hey, Raghu, you're there?
Yeah, I am there.
Oh, Raghu, sorry. Okay, Raghu. Okay, so I'll just, okay, I forgot. I missed you. I'm sorry about it. So, yeah, Vijayawahini, Raghu. So your teammates are Vasu, Padma, Manikannan, Dr. Sendil, and Raghu. Sorry.
Check whether anybody else is there.
No, I'll move you to Modern. I think Pari is not there. I think I didn't see Pari. So Suresh Babu sir is the captain, Priya, Rajkumar, and Raghu.
And check if anybody else missed.
I think probably everyone else is there. I think so. Has I missed anyone? Okay. So quickly we're going to start off. Okay, with team AVM.
So the first question to team AVM. So this such a simple one. This Mylapore-born hero acted in 50 Hindi films as hero. Some even with Madhubala as heroine. Who is he?
How many of you have observed the speaker talking about it? He did talk about this guy.
Only AVM has to answer, right?
Yes.
AVM. The question is for AVM.
Venkatesh, Bodo.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, the answer is?
It's Ranjan.
Okay,
great,
so very good. You get 10 points.
Okay.
So the question is to Gemini.
Now, the answer is Ranjan. And a movie with no songs was directed by a musician. Who is this musician who directed Andanal?
Gemini is Tirumalai, Bhaskar, Richard, and Aruna. Selvaraj.
Please don't Google.
Don't remind us, ma'am, please.
Andanal.
Andanal. Who was the director of Andanal? Who was a very famous musician, but there were no songs in the movie. Andanal, I think, is the first movie without songs.
Without songs.
Andanal.
And you have another director in the same name who is very famous too.
Yeah, that's another clue.
Yeah. Any idea to Team Gemini? Last 5 seconds. 5, 4.
Shankar.
Shankar.
No, Shankar, no.
No, this is from the 40s.
He's not born yet. 3.
3, 2, 1.
You said the same name, so I just thought someone named Shankar would have been there.
Good guess, but
Good
sorry.
So, Vijaya Vahini, Vasu sir.
Vasu sir.
Padma.
1 minute, I will get clarified from my team. People are there. Sendil irkara, Manikandan irkarangala.
Okay, sir.
Vasu sir, உங்களுக்கு இதுக்கு ஆன்சர் தெரிஞ்சே
தெரியல
இருக்கணும்.
சார் ஆக்சுவலா.
சரி சார். சொல்லுங்க.
வாசு சார், நீங்க ஒரு டைரக்டர் பேர் சொல்லுங்க. உங்க காலத்துல ஃபேமஸா இருந்த டைரக்டர் பேரு. That will be definitely this thing.
Sridhar.
Sorry?
Sridhar.
இதெல்லாம் லேட்டா சார்.
கொஞ்சம் அதுக்கு நெக்ஸ்ட் லெவல் போகலாம் நீங்க.
ரொம்ப क्वेश्चन சார்.
Sundarama.
Okay, one more clue is he is a famous veena player. This musician is very famous.
Balachandar.
Yes. Who is that?
Saravanan.
Hey, Saravanan, the question is for Vijaya Vahini and then Mohan.
Hey, நீ ஜெனரலா கேட்டது. See, it was an open. I think it was an open question. It was an open question.
It is not open question. It was
Okay, fine.
S. Balachandra, Vinay Balachandra.
Okay.
Oh.
So now the direct question to Vijaya Vahini. Name the actor playing Narada. I think it's as simple as anyone a child could
Vasu
guess it.
sir.
Who is this? Vasu sir.
சொல்லுங்க.
போடுங்க.
Who is this? Saravanan sir, please don't answer. This is not for AV.
Sure.
I can see the excitement in your face, but still.
நாரதா வேலை பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்றாங்க.
நாரதா எல்லாம் பண்ணக்கூடாது.
Last 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
Okay.
Now,
what's the modern?
Kannadasan.
This is Kannadasan.
Kannadasan.
Okay, now the direct question. Modern. Name the movie mogul of Madras who is called the boss. And just by looking at the cartoon, you can say who he is.
And even our speaker also spoke about it.
Yeah. More clues. He was the editor of Ananda Vigadan.
Oh.
Vasan.
Yes.
Super.
Yes,
Rajkumar sir, super.
Okay, very good. So question to AVM.
And there is also a stamp released in his name, a 5 rupee stamp by our Indian government. Yeah. And shall we move on again to the next round, AVM? Again. It's so simple. AVM. 2 actors from this movie got the Bharat Ratna. Name them.
MSS and MGR.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
MS Subbulakshmi.
சரவணன் சார் கேப்டனா நீங்க என்ன பண்றீங்க? அவரை முன்னாடி நிறுத்துறீங்களா?
உனக்கு நான் சொன்ன இந்த வாட்டி அவருக்கு சான்ஸ்
Okay.
Empowering his team. Okay, and this the most this one about this detail about this movie is MGR acted as an extra in this movie. And okay, now moving to the next part. Can you identify this place in Chennai? It's for Team Gemini, and this place has a close connection with Valki. Team Gemini, Thirumalai sir, Bhaskar sir, Richard sir, and Aruna ma'am.
Bhaskar, Denmark சொல்லு Bhaskar.
ஓ, இது உங்க டீமே இல்ல. இத கூட எம்போர் பண்ண கூடாது.
மயிலாப்பூர்.
Not
closer, but again it's not.
Stop.
Valmiki சொல்லிட்டாங்க.
Yeah, right. Who was that?
Who said that?
Okay, Tiruvanmiyur. Yeah. Valmiki supposedly resided here, so that is called, it's called Tiruvanmiyur. Okay.
Denmark la Tiruvanmiyur சொல்லிட்டீங்க.
Can you identify the statue and where it is located? Vasu sir, perfect for you, sir.
ஆமா மெட்ராஸ் இல்ல மெட்ராஸ் ஹைகோர்ட் மனுநீதி சோழன் மதராஸ் ஹைகோர்ட்.
You can tell the team name. I think
this is the statue of Manunidhi Choran. Hope you all know the story of Manunidhi Choran, who was ready to put his own son under the chariot tree to give justice to the cow. Yes, Srinika is nodding her head.
Yeah.
Way she knows. Yeah. This is located in the High Court. Yes, the next question to Team Vijayavahini. Identify the location of the Weavers Village in Chennai and what is it called?
So this is the current picture.
I think question is for Vijayavahini or modern? Just check.
Modern. No, modern.
Oh, sorry. Modern.
Tirupur. No.
No. Okay, passes to AVM.
Wait. You still want to give it a try?
Pannarapet?
No. Weaver. It is the Weavers Village.
Weavers Village. Okay.
Shindadripet? Excellent.
Fantastic trade. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, okay. Chandripet.
அதுதான் நம்ம சிம்பிளா பேட்டான்னு சொல்லிருக்கோம்.
மீன் கடை.
told பேட்டா ஏதோனா fill up பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
மீன் கடை.
Still you came up with Mannarapet, not Chindandrapet.
Yeah, right.
Okay, now to team AVM. Moneylenders and traders inhabited this area in Chennai. What area is this? Still you have a lot of money lenders here.
Money lenders.
Is it Saukarpet by any chance?
Mint Street by any chance?
No.
Armenian.
No, area.
Closer.
Area, we're talking about a much bigger area. Then money lenders in Chennai used to be in North Madras.
North Madras, near Paris Corner.
Like that.
India, world.
Time over.
Time over. To
Gemini?
Was it last call? Saukarpet?
Yeah, you're right.
Saukarpet.
Okay, great. This derives the name from Shaukar, which means money lenders.
Okay, now it's a quick one, basically.
It feels like Litchi Rich after buying all kinds of electronic products for cheaper prices at this place in Chennai. Which place is this?
Richie
Street. Yeah, you're right. Richie Street. Okay. This place has a posh name. Vijayavahini. This place has a posh name and has cheap goods.
Paris Corner.
Excellent.
Okay. So modern. Question to modern.
Okay, let's see. Modern. A place where couples meet each other's relatives. Choose yours.
Place where couples meet each other relatives. Place where?
We don't know how many of us met last year. So give it a try.
You were Marina Beach.
Marina Beach. Raghu sir. தெரியல சார் நீங்க எங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னு, but this is not the place. Yeah, you're right. Who is that?
That's Priya. She gave me the answer.
வண்டலூர்னா எந்த கப்பிள்ஸ்னு சொல்லிடுங்க. இது 1940s னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
அனிமல் கப்பிள்ஸ்.
இல்ல 1940 கப்பிள்ஸ் இருக்கு.
Okay.
Question to AVM.
Where is this place? What place is this? You get where?
This again not Madras.
GP Road, GP Road, General Peters Road.
No, not
that. Okay.
New pet.
Who's that?
New pet.
Pudupete.
Team question and
Okay. And guess this area. Team Gemini.
Team Gemini.
Can you guess this area? Sir, Bhaskar sir. Yes.
Ainavaram.
No.
let's pass on to the next team.
Samvaram iru. Ainavaram. Pallavaram.
Not right. Pallavaram. Okay.
Can I?
Okay. Okay. Now to Team Vidyavahini. Can you guess this place? So simple. Team Vidyavahini.
Tiruvekkadu.
Away home.
What?
Tiruvekkadu.
Tiruvekkadu. Yeah, you are right. Padma. Okay. Okay, moving on to Team Modern.
Modern.
Can you guess this place?
Rajkumar, Raghu.
Sholinganallur. Yeah, you are right. Sholinganallur.
Modern going great. So
okay. Okay. So divide by 3 avங்களோடது.
பரவாயில்லை ஒரே அட்ரஸ் காமிங்க நான் பிரிச்சுக்கிறோம்.
Okay. Team AVM. Guess this place?
Tandayarpettai.
Tandayarpet. Yeah.
Correct.
Tandayarpet.
Tandayarpeta. Oh my.
நிறைய சுத்திரா நினைக்கிறாங்க.
அது சரி.
Tandayarpettai.
ஆமா Tandayarpettai.
Okay. Okay, next to Team Gemini. Oh, that's it. Want to do more? Okay, this one. Yeah.
Gemini.
Team Gemini. Can you guess this place?
Oh, illa. This is different.
Tiruvallikeni.
Team.
Tiruvallikeni. Gemini. இவர் எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஆன்சர் டிஸ்குவாலிஃபை பண்ணுவாங்க.
Around -10.
முடிஞ்சிச்சு சொன்னீங்கப்பா. சரி ஓகே.
Okay, Gemini said okay, it's I'll just give a
அவங்களுக்கு கொடுத்துரு. அவங்களுக்கு
Tiruvallikeni. So we have
Okay.
Vijayavahini.
Where the flyover looks like a butterfly, the traffic looks like a caterpillar, it moves like a snail, and people stick their heads out like an earthworm to see what is
Indi flyover.
Yeah, right.
That's right. It's Hindi. Last question.
The mountain is so small that it's either invisible or microscopic.
Little mountain.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're right. So basically,
Chinnamalai.
it's a Chinnamalai.
Little mountain.
Yeah. Excellent.
Okay, let me finally count the score. So AVM Studios 50 marks, 50 points. Gemini 40, Vijayavahini 40, and the winners of today is Modern with 55 points.
Modern வந்து divide by 3 போடுங்க.
சரியா வராது சார். 55 divide by 3 வந்து டெசிமல்லாம் வருது.
வனா டெலிவரி R1 இளங்கோ ஸ்ட்ரீட் கொடுத்தோம்.
So the winners of today is Modern Studios, which is with 55, and the runner-up is AVM Studios, Saranan, Mahesh, Venkatesh, and Seema at 50. Congratulations. And congratulations to the other team members also for the active participation. So you will get a lot of applause, but no prize. Okay, so now Reggie would be sending some gift vouchers or Google Pay. And I will decide, and then we'll be sending it Amazon vouchers or Google Pay to the winners. Okay.
Amazing.
So did you like this quiz? Okay, so thank you very much for your time. So let me move on to the next one. So basically, it's going to be secretary report and also vote of thanks by Raghu. Before that, I would like to get any feedback from any team members. Did you have fun today, or how was the whole session, including the quiz?
The quiz was very nice, actually.
Oh.
After this movie, Madras Talkies, again recollection of all this. Very good. Very good collection.
Thank you, Mani. Thank you very much. So, Raghu, up to you.
Bhaskar,
any feedback from Denmark?
Bhaskar, Denmark feedback, Bhaskar.
Not feedback, Bhaskar, from Denmark. You have to unmute.
Unmute பண்ணுங்க Bhaskar.
Yes. சூப்பர். குவிஸ்ல நிறைய நிறைய விஷயம்
இன்டர்வியூ क्वेश्चनோட டஃபா
ப்ரோகிராம் அட்டெண்ட்
மெட்ராஸ் விட்டு ரொம்ப வருஷம் ஆயிடுச்சு. மெட்ராஸ் மறந்துட்டாரு அவரு.
ஹலோ, திருவண்ணாமலை ஞாபகம் வச்சிருக்கேன்ப்பா.
ஆமா, திருவண்ணாமலை ஞாபகம் வச்சிருக்காரு.
வாட்ச் பண்ணு கேக்க பாச.
ஐஎஸ்டி கொஞ்சம் லேட்டா
இருக்காரு.
ஐஎஸ்டி கொஞ்சம் லேட்டா.
வைஃபைல் தான் பாருங்க. Okay, thank you, Bhaskar. So, Raghu, up to you.
Yeah. Okay. So, actually, coming to the word of thanks, it was really an interesting topic to know about the place where we live. So, I think this same speaker has given us a very lot of insights about Madras 2 years before. I think, if I'm not wrong, it was a meeting conducted at Savera Hotel, right, Saravanan sir? It was a joint speaker meeting with a person with another club.
No, that was another speaker.
That
was another speaker.
Other speaker.
Okay. So
he came for our club.
Our own club.
Okay.
Saravanan period, we had. I think you invited GS.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think the topic for the day is Madras Talkies during 40s. I think really a lot of insight about 40s. We definitely we don't know this many details about the topic, and like he said that one scandal only led the Dravidian rule the entire Tamil Nadu. That itself is great news for everybody, I think. So thanks for arranging such a wonderful topic. Thanks to the people who organized this meeting, right from the president Reggie, who is the person behind conducting this event on this day, and especially thanks to our CSD, Subbu, and always there is a woman behind every successful man. So thanks to and Sita. So she is being a very strong person for Subbu's success. And thanks to trainer Saravanan, and thanks to all the Rotarians who participated today meeting, and also the special invitees who really were really very participating. To the people like Venkateshan, neighbor of Subbu, again goes to the CSD success. Another person, 3 more people, Manikandan and Seema and Aruna. We couldn't see Aruna, but thanks to all the people who joined. Really a good session on Saturday evening. It's really good to get connected to the people through virtual platform during this pandemic. I think seeing the face, looking at their expression, having a participative quiz during a weekend, it's really amazing. Thanks to the entire team, and thanks to Rotary Club of Raipeta for giving this opportunity. That's an informal vote of thanks.
I think the next agenda and the item is basically national anthem. So let's sing national anthem, and then afterwards we'll adjourn the meeting. Okay, let's all stand up, please, for national anthem. So. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jana Gana Mana Adhinayaka Jaya He Bharata Bhavya Vidhata Nava Sindhu Gujarata Maratha Dravida Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchala Sharati Ganga Tava Shubha Name Jahe Tava Shubha Ashisha Mahe Gaye Tava Jaya Gata Jana Gana Mangala Dayaka Jaya He Bharata Bhavya Vidhata Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He. Thank you, Sir Reggie. Let's